Welcome back. We're here to talk about Saturday's Premier League match between Hull and Swansea. Pascal, Hull, they were comfortably beaten by Chelsea last time out.
Yeah, I mean, they go to the league leaders. You never expected to win there, given the slump that Hull are in. But Steve Bruce, after the game, he still was furious with the referee. They were never expected to win the game, but the way it sort of panned out, he wasn't happy. The diving incidents were key. Costa got booked for diving, then Cahill, he was already on a yellow card, clearly dived. Two men tried to sandwich him, and neither touched him. And he sort of jumped through, dived. It was a clear dive. I don't know how the referee hasn't given it, to be honest, but considering he had booked up players for diving before that. I think he just bottled the decision a bit, maybe because Cahill had already been booked and he didn't want to send someone off for diving. But yeah, no one would have expected them to win that game, and a 2-0 loss isn't the worst result. But when you come out of a game like that frustrated, even though you weren't expected to win, that's quite annoying for him because they're just on such a bad run of form at the moment. Obviously, down in the bottom three now, so yeah, things not looking great for Hull at all.
Yeah. Again, very worrying, aren't they? No wins in 9 games now, which is that's relegation form there. 2 points adrift of safety, and things don't improve over this festive period. They could find themselves quite a long way behind safety going into the new year. They've won 1 game in 15 in all competitions, which is just really poor form. They need to get out of that slump because they started the season all right, and they did quite well last season under Steve Bruce. They would have been optimistic going into this campaign, but it's been really disappointing of late.
Yeah, I think probably a mid-table or maybe lower top half would have been maybe top target for this season, but at the moment it looks like it's going to be a relegation battle, right until the end. And yeah, their home form is where the real problem lies. And obviously back at the KC here, this is a game they have to win because they've only won once at home all season. They've got the worst away record in the home record, in the league, which it just isn't good enough for a team like Hull. Which like you said last season, good season. They signed a lot of players over the summer, some exciting signings as well. We've talked about Ramirez, Ben Arthur, Hernandez, not quite cutting the mustard, but the home form is, we always say clubs down near the bottom, their home form is the bedrock. You look at QPR, their home form has been really good of late, and that's what sort of lifted them, towards safety. You look at Burnley, they're doing better. But Hull, they need to do better at home, otherwise they're going to drop down and be with Leicester right at the bottom.
Yeah, Swansea also need to pick themselves up going into this one. Really disappointing defeat against Tottenham last time out. It's not the first time Tottenham have scored a late goal to win the match, but Gary Monk said after the game that if it was a boxing match, it would have been stopped by the referee. He felt that his side really deserved the victory in that, and they were unfortunate not to get it, really. Tottenham, they have fought to the end in a lot of matches this season, but Swansea, the way they controlled that game at times, they would have felt confident of going on of getting the win themselves. So to concede that late goal would have been so gutting for them.
Definitely, and that's now 2 defeats in a row, and they're down to 9th in the table, which, they started the season so well, didn't they? They were right up there with Chelsea at the start of the season, but yeah, the 2 defeats in a row. West Ham, they felt a bit, unfairly done in that game because of the red card to Fabianski. Obviously, he returns for this one, and then the loss to Spurs, like you say, they did dominate for long periods in that game. So 2 defeats, but they didn't play too bad in either game. Obviously, Bonnie scored in both. He's still flying. Plenty of goals that he's scoring, but their away form's not been great. We talk about Hull being in bad home form, but Swansea are in really bad away form as well. They haven't won since the opening day, which was at Manchester United. Lost 5, drawn 2 of their last 7 away. So they've got to improve their away form if they harbour any ambitions of maybe sneaking into the European places around 6th, 7th. Hull have got to improve their home form. So 2 sides would be really looking for a win here. And
do you think either will get one?
I'm going to back Swansea. I think Hull, they have been really out of sorts recently. And I think Swansea, we've mentioned Bonnie earlier, like how he's been on great form, scoring in most games now. I think they're just going to edge it 2-1.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I wouldn't be surprised to see a draw, but I've just got a feeling about Swansea. It might end their poor away form at the moment. And with Hull in such bad form, as you say, especially at home, I think I'm going to go for 2-1 as well. Both going for narrow Swansea victories. Thanks for watching.